I'm Lover Self, and I'm back to share the continuation of our decoding of secrets hidden under mostly false stories that's written in the chapter of Exodus within many Bibles. I usually repeat information that the Lord Yahweh says and He wants to share, but these past rounds I've been mainly alone and telling clues and truth about Yahweh and myself and other family members who are the true people of the Exodus, written about in the, well, I'll say like this, Yahweh's Torah. There's many Torahs out there. Yahweh was the original one. But this message right now is from the Lord Yahweh personally. So I wrote it down. So you're going to hear pages turning from time to time. Okay. Yahweh God Almighty, he starts off by speaking of a young man named Ashton Green. Ashton was not a member of our family group, said the Lord Yahweh, out of Miami-Dade. He was only an observer who had come from out of town. Detroit was his favorite hangout. He had heard about us back in the state of Michigan, but wasn't sure if he wanted to join. So when he came in, he was against wearing white, but was interested. It took him a while to get comfortable with us because where he stayed, it took a toll on his finances. So he couldn't show up on a regular. He had to hustle for money instead. Otherwise, he would have been there regular. When the incident occurred that the Miami Herald editor, who refused to publish their name with the article, which they chose to print on November 8, 1990, of lies against the innocent children / adults, loved ones of mine, said the Lord Yahweh. I'm Yahweh who bade love herself, Sarah Darlene is listening to and writing down what I say. Anyway, Ashton never was beheaded by members of our family group. No one ever touched the son of mine the night of the murder. Here's what happened. When he sort of participated from time to time, his willingness to be a part of a few functions prompted us to offer membership if he was more interested. So he agreed to show up as often as he could and did. With the cops often coming up on our premises, who were mad at us for offering refuge to drug dealers, pimps, prostitutes, gangsters, mob members, you name it. The cops wanted those particular kind of people back out on the streets because they didn't have enough of them to chase. So their checkbooks were depleting. So when the money goes, so does the job. And to be jobless, well, they weren't having it. So they wanted us out, shut down, closed, said the Lord Yahweh. So later, when they decided to do something, anything, so they could be back in control of the streets, they decided a plan. The cops were eating lots of donuts instead of working, so they were getting furious, thinking that they'd get fired, since not many people were calling and reporting crimes in areas where we built our facilities, said the Lord Yahweh, located between 27th Avenue and 62nd. That's where our temple of love was. We tried to create peace and harmony everywhere we opened up, but cops didn't like that. They truly did not want it to be them who brought about law and order. Because if it was, then all crime would stop. and they would no longer be needed. So they worked to put crime on the streets by working behind the scenes, causing calamities. They do it on purpose, literally, got plans on paper, which starts crimes in certain areas. But they meet secretly and is kept out of papers, out of the media. Anyway, so the night of the incident, none of my sons and daughters who were claiming me and going by my name, they were nowhere near the scene, said the Lord God. Now, I have explained enough details of the cops' behavior, those who were around us and got to know us and our intentions. So we were a threat, no matter if we were good for the community. Cops didn't want that. Their true reason for existing around crime is to keep crime going and get paid big time. So they came up to the young man, Ashton Green, who had been working all night. He worked at a refinery around chemicals. He was headed our way off 62nd, headed towards our temple. Ashton Green, he was growing to love us and learned that we were harmless. He had an old Jeep that needed servicing a lot. So one of our mechanics would keep the automobile in check. His name was Raymond, his earth name. His Hebrew name was Nathaniel Yisrael. He will hear this message here and come forward to vouch for us because it was him, who saw the cops harass Ashton that very night. They pulled him over saying that his tail light was out, one of them, but it wasn't. Please go to the next part.